Good evening and welcome to the Plastered Dragon. Look at the look of surprise on Scribe's face. Did he think it would not actually work? It did. Look out. I've got dice, they've got dice. Mike's off by himself somewhere like the outcast that Nick is. He did not get the memo that this was an in-person game. But here it is. Welcome to the Plastered Dragon, the internet's premier virtual dragon-themed streaming tavern. Hey, Spaghetti, thanks for watching tonight. My niece Megan is in the audience. I wonder if my nephew John is as well. They actually played some Jackbox with us last night. How much fun is that? A lot. That's the answer. Let's get to some announcements tonight. We're going to burn through them faster than we've ever burned through them before, unless my players derail me, which never happens. Tomorrow night, Thursday, Independence Day. Celebrate your independence by putting down your device and going outside and eating a hot dog and a hamburger and watching fireworks. Or, recovering from jet lag, as the case may be. Either is a good way to celebrate your independence, and I support them both. Friday, dark here on the Plastered Dragon, as Fridays usually are. What's going on the Indigo Chameleon? Are you still in recovery mode, or is there something going down?
This coming Friday is the first annual Indigo Chameleon Death Match.
That's right.
Players are creating characters, including Sir Nicholas.
Oh, because I know that I was gifted a healing potion to give to one of the players, and so I'm just waiting for them to make their pitches for who wants my favor.
Well, we actually had our very first campaign poster that a player created of their own accord today.
I did see that.
So yeah, I think it's going to be a super fun chance for the players to take out some aggression, and I'm having a good time designing an arena.
Yeah, I know that we have Moswald, I know that we have Alcaboozbender, and I know that we have Big Mike. Are there other... Tracy, Indigo is going to be fighting as well. Did you say it was
Let's see how much Big Mike manages to upset me this evening.
Game's rigged. It's rigged. I call rigged.
We also, joining the two of them, the other player you haven't mentioned is Beljinx the Bard.
Oh, Beljinx.
I don't know what character he's creating, but keep an eye out.
Yeah, I have a feeling it will be weird. So it's the five of them fighting it out?
Should be six. Oh, Tinker as well.
Oh, and Tinker. All right, well, so there's a lot of people who could conceivably win that greater healing potion from me. So I just hope that neither of you really torment me too badly tonight.
No, well, I'm not winning it.
Yeah, I was like, Tracy's like, yeah, greater healing potion, that's nowhere near worth it for that. I would much rather torment Brian because that's too much fun. After all, as I recall, when I was reviewing last session, because we hadn't played for a couple weeks and I wanted to see, she's like, that expression there, that was worth it all. And so, she...
I don't remember what I did.
That's okay, we're not going to tell you. You'll have to remember, but... You did torment me mightily last time. And if...
I think it was the company.
No, don't tell her!
I'm not telling her.
I just heard you tell her.
I have a theory.
As he's telling her, no, I'm not. It wasn't me.
Listen. I'm not sleeping on your couch if I mess this up. I'm sleeping on my couch if I mess this up.
You're not sleeping on any couch. You're flying the red eye. Come on, man.
Oh, that's true.
And she'll
Sleeping on the red eye.
And she'll forget by tomorrow because of the red eye. So come on, help me out, man.
I have notes. I can take notes.
Anyway, so Friday, deathmatch.
Right now.
Friday, deathmatch, Indigo Chameleon. There's a link right there. All you gotta do is follow it to find out how to watch this deathmatch. It's going to be amazing. He said, trying to dig himself out of trouble. Saturday, one night stand here at the Dragon. Don't know what it's going to be yet, but it's going to be excellent. Sunday, Fandemonium?
No, Sunday. Unfortunately, I'm going to be back on a train. This one, so I'm not going to be in town. So
And there's no chance of anyone streaming from the studio, not even a little bit.
I like the way you say that. It's so convincing that I'm sure there will be no pirate broadcasts on Sunday.
correct.
So you said you're going to be, did you say on a train or on training?
On a train training.
Is it a train bound to nowhere? Are there
It's
Training to train.
are there
On a
gamblers
train.
involved?
Yes, I'm hoping. Fingers
Okay.
crossed.
Hey, well, that sounds fabulous. Then Monday we will be back to good intentions. They still have one more night in town that they have paid for, and this party has shown that if they have prepaid for something, even if they have pressing matters elsewhere, they will not give up their hard-earned silver. So they're staying, and they'll find something to do in town because they have another free night of hotel. So we'll find out what mischief they get up to in Silvery Moon before they move on. In fact, they have managed to procure transport from the university in Silvery Moon via teleportation circle, which is not bad for a set of now third level characters. And
Whoa.
so a city boy, a small town girl, a midnight train going anywhere. Yes, somebody sometime. Except Billy is the city boy and the small town girl. So, he may have to stream that because you're going to want to see it. I know I want to see it. And then Tuesday, we will have some Plastered Playground. Could be Jackbox, could be Cards Against Humanity. Stay tuned to find out. And that concludes the announcements, which was still reasonably fast, but not as fast as I had planned because I got myself in trouble. But now, let's go to the recap. When we last left our heroes, they had worked their way back from the other plane where they were and where they had procured what they needed to procure, the portal key, and were trying to get home. And they managed to make their way back and pick up an interesting magic item along the way. A particular wand, if I recall correctly.
They sold it already. Don't no worry.
They had to trade DuckTales 2 for it, though.
Totally worth it. Totally worth it.
And then they managed to discuss rules as to how this wand, which was powerful and dangerous, should be used. And somehow it ended up in Zuki's hands and under her control with no restrictions for a week, I believe it was, wasn't it? And
7 days.
7 days, and everybody agreed to this. And she said that she was going to use it to help many people, and said it truthfully. And so, since she was being truthful about it, everyone was like, well, I guess this couldn't go badly. Okay, sure, we agree. And then when she announced her plan, Brian facepalmed. Books scolded Brian very severely and said, how could you let this happen? And Brian said, I don't know. I didn't see this coming. I should have seen this coming. Oh. And Tracy said, this is what I live for, that reaction right there. And that catches you up more or less on what the Scooby Gang was doing last time. They got home, were looking for Nick, because his car was outside, and so he should have been around somewhere. And Zephyr's mom said, he came here looking for you. So he's got to be somewhere nearby, but he wasn't. He was at the fairy court helping. And, because... last time he decided to negotiate on Zephyr's behalf, and that went beautifully, without asking anybody. And so, since nobody was around, he decided the best plan was to negotiate on Zephyr's behalf again, without consulting anybody. And this time, the deal he made was he was going to take on the debt. And this was how he was going to make things right. He was going to take the debt from the Summer Lady, and so instead, Zephyr would still have to get the book and pay it back, but instead of paying it back to the Summer Lady, Zephyr was now bound to Nick. And somehow this was a better idea. And Zephyr felt the magic shift. And when he came back, Zuki still had her detect magic going, and she could detect that the strands of magic that were binding Zephyr no longer seemed to go off into the ether. They were now pointing toward the front of the house. She stealthed up there and hid near the door, and as Nick came in, she saw all of the strands now connected to Nick. And she confronted him and said, "Walk," and basically sent him downstairs where he confessed, and nobody was super happy with him. He did his best apologies and got something of a reprieve from the party where they said they don't trust him, but they were going to try to trust him, but no promises. He said that worked for him, and he went home to sleep for the night, and they all decided to sleep for the night there. And that is more or less where we left our party. And
so
that,
you did retitle the last episode "The Gang Has the Best Ideas," right?
I will. I will now retitle it that. Yes. Remind me at intermission. I will fix that. And this one this one will probably end up getting retitled as well. It's currently called Unpaid Debts, but I'm sure that's going to change. I just didn't want to go and remind you, so I left the title vague until you sprang your plan, at which point I'm sure I'll have to rename it.
Oh, he thinks we have a plan.
Well, whatever you do, whatever action you take, we'll call your plan, and I will rename the episode after that. How's that? Okay.
Operation Condor is in effect.
Sure, we'll go with that. So we'll pick up where we left off with Nick having gone home. Now, I can't remember. Did you guys end with a long rest, or was there stuff you wanted to do that night? Yes.
I think we ended with a long rest.
All right. You ended with a long rest and a level up.
Yes.
So it is the following morning. You are at the house. Nick, you're at your place with your foster mom. That's right. We ended with Zephyr meditating and visiting with grandfather, who basically told him to stop being whatever it was.
Teenager.
Yeah, stop being a teenager. It was time to put on his big boy pants and face the realities of his situation. Put on his big tiefling pants and face the world.
The ones with the hole in the butt.
The ones with the hole in the butt. So
That sounds not as good when you say it, though.
all right, so who is facing the day first?
Probably Tristan.
Okay.
Because Tristan only needs the 4 hours of meditation.
That's fair.
So he will sleep or meditate for that 4 hours, and then probably wake up around 1 or 2 a.m. After meditation and realize the house is very quiet. And so we'll go outside and practice swordsmanship and guitar outside of the house, so as not to wake up people.
Okay. So I imagine along about 7, Zuki and Zephyr, you are awakened to the sound of soft guitar music on the front lawn.
Oh, Zuki's out the front door. She doesn't know who's playing. I mean, it's probably him because you really haven't been playing. But either way, come on.
I'm heading to the ancestral room in order to continue with my meditation and my exercises.
So Tristan's leaning against the tree playing his guitar.
This is the first time you've seen him play guitar. The other times you've listened through the walls. So his guitar looks like a regular guitar,
Okay.
except the strings of the guitar are not regular strings. They're golden strands that seem to be shimmering and glowing with every pluck of the strings.
Obviously, he doesn't really know how to play. He has to have magical.
Oh, you're not here right now. You're meditating.
Okay, that's
Ooh. Oh, I don't want to interrupt or anything.
No, it's
But
okay. Good morning.
Morning. Strings are shiny.
Strings are shiny.
Yes. Magic guitar?
No, it's a regular guitar.
Magical strings.
Yeah, yes, I suppose so.
What do they do?
They play music when plucked at the right frequency.
Well, yeah, I know that that's what strings do. I mean, like, does it like make the music prettier? Does it make the music like better? Does it cast spells on people?
No, none of those things. It's just a way. For the most part, it's aesthetic.
Oh.
However, it's a part of who I am.
The strings?
The strings.
So can you play guitar without magical strings?
Yes, absolutely.
Oh, okay. Got it. So why do you put on the strings?
Can I do a perception check? Is anybody outside at the moment? Anyone else?
Sure, give me a perception.
Okay, 15.
Still pretty early in the day. None of the neighbors seem to be out and about.
Tristan will take off one of the strings of the guitar and sort of hold it up to the light, and it does look very shimmery, glowy. And he will look at a specific part in the string and sort of bring your hand up and have you place your finger against like a particular part of the string.
Okay. What happens?
You get a first-person view of Tristan eating fruit for the first time. It's like a weird thing. He's shorter. It's like and you taste the strawberries in your mouth, and it's just one of those like vivid memories, like from childhood. But it's not one of your memories from childhood.
Okay, I touched another part of the string. All I gotta do is that time. I just want
4 or 5 more string touches, and then we're gonna stop.
Come up with so many things. No, I'll be nice. Only
Okay,
once more.
you're just doing one more.
Just one. This is the last one. I just want to know what.
Be careful. You don't want to catch him alone.
You see. I'll give you some juicy. You see Tristan standing in an open, like foyer, a big open room, and there's nobody else in the foyer. And you see other children being escorted out of this sort of larger room and walking off in the distance by parents, and you don't see any parents left to escort him out. And he just sort of goes over to a stool and sits in the stool. And that's probably all you see before he yanks your hand away.
So these are memories?
Yes.
Why do you have memories as your guitar strings?
How else would you play music? You put everything you are into your music. It's art, it's life. Most people put who they are into their music. I just do it.
You're just more literal about it?
Sure.
Okay. I mean, it's really cool, I guess. I mean,
thank you.
Do you remember these things every time you play? Like when you touch the strings as you're playing?
Sometimes. I try to go quick. You don't want to get lost in your own sort of memories.
Okay. It's interesting.
Thanks. I don't think I've ever played for other people.
You said you've been playing for like hundreds of years.
Yeah.
In all that time, you've never played for other people?
No.
Wow.
Is that a normal occurrence?
No, I think it's just, well, no, I think it's unusual. I mean, it's not bad, I guess.
Why
But yeah,
why is it unusual?
I think most people at some point play for somebody else. But
I've
hey,
never seen the need.
thanks for playing in front of me then, because that's kind of cool, I guess.
That is very cool.
What sorts of songs do you like to play?
I don't know. Well, I mean, yes, I guess sort of songs from the courts and things of that sort. But I'm interested in learning music from this world. If you have any suggestions,
Um, yeah, I could probably find some music. I mean, Zeph probably knows a lot too. He might be able to give you some pointers on like songs that are fun to play. Because he plays.
he plays.
Yeah, he plays guitar, or he used to play guitar. I don't think he really plays anymore. I think he will. I think he should.
You took a journey just now. Yeah. Well, it's good. I will ask Zephyr what songs I should play. I I I still don't get the feeling that he quite cares for me, but I will certainly try.
Maybe it just needs some time.
Yes, and who knows? Maybe music and seeing me play guitar will be just the connection that the two of us need.
Oh yes, that's for sure.
Maybe.
Well, let's go inside. I can play to wake him up. I know he has trouble waking up in the mornings. Is this not a common thing that happens?
Usually it's a bugle, but let's go.
Let's go. And Tristan will take off running towards the house, guitar in hand.
Okay. Zeph, you're in the ancestral room. What are you doing?
I am currently going through my kata thing and attuning myself to my swords, whatever, going through the different motions and dances and maneuvers
Okay.
with my blades.
So you're just having kind of a meditation over your weapons and
Correct.
working on attuning yourself. So you guys arrive outside Zephyr's door, which is closed.
I will knock softly on the door.
No answer.
I will open the door. Is he inside?
He is not.
Oh. It seems like Zephyr is already awake and out and about somewhere.
Well, if I had to guess, it's either breakfast or meditation room.
Oh,
I guess we probably shouldn't disturb if he's in there. He's there a lot.
eating breakfast or in the meditation room?
The other.
That's fair.
I guess we should probably go down to breakfast, and then if he's there, great. And if he's not, I guess he'll be there eventually.
Okay.
Yeah, generally when I end up in the meditation room when he's in there, it doesn't work out well. So
He gets overly emotional.
oh, that's not just the meditation room. I mean, that's just kind of the day that ends in Y, but
Let us go down to breakfast then.
And as you head down,
What would you normally do?
as you head down to breakfast, let's check in on Nicholas,
Yes.
who I'm sure has arisen over at his foster mom's place.
Yes, he has.
What are you doing over there?
Well, he didn't get much sleep last night. He is feeling extremely haggard over his experience and is starting to feel some ill effects from all of the torture and then the transformation, the removal process. So it's really weighing heavy on him, and he is going to try and figure out how to deal with it. So he's going to talk to, so maybe if he can get some help from his mom, see if there's any like things she knows of how to deal with this, for lack of a better word, like a PTSD kind of situation.
So you have. So are you saying that you didn't get a full rest, or you did, but
no,
it wasn't?
he would not. He would
Right.
be pretty haggard. Yeah.
So you got
So
a point of exhaustion on you there.
Yes. Correct.
Okay. Well, you look like crap.
I feel like it.
What are you drinking? And why are you making that face?
Because she thinks it tastes terrible. I don't know what it is, but it looks terrible. She's like,
Oh, it's disgusting.
Then why
What
do
is
you
it?
keep then why do you keep going back to it?
It has caffeine in it, and I'm tired.
she'll suffer for the caffeine.
I guess
I
that
was
works.
axe throwing today. Okay, it was exhausting.
That's fair.
Yeah, I'm just gonna leave that one alone.
Hey, axe
Moving
throwing
on.
is awesome.
Yeah. Not gonna touch it. Leave it alone.
I am a fan of axe throwing. Anyway,
How proficient with the axe throwing?
Hey, there
I
were
feel
both
like I
sides
was
to go
very
around.
proficient in axe throwing.
It was quite the experience.
Like, I mean, throwing the axe, anybody could throw an axe, but did it stick?
I was kicking their butts for a little while there.
Ooh.
I must admit, she was showing extreme axe ability.
Ooh. Hoo. Let me ask you a question.
she was kicking axe.
Yeah.
It all evened out in the end.
It
Gotcha.
did. It did.
Just you can axe her.
Is my non-biological mom, is she elven or is she human?
She's human.
altogether? Okay.
And then grab the mouse on the way to
How did
your mouth.
does she have any like insights into half elven nature or anything like that?
Yeah,
The biology?
sure.
Okay. So basically, I'm just what I'm trying to get from her is like, does she know of any maybe other side, like a magical way of handling this, or if she had ever heard of anybody going through this kind of thing?
Well,
The transformation part.
there's a couple things working against you here. One is your personal guilt. There's not a whole lot magic can do for that. You just gotta forgive yourself and move past it, or don't and just be miserable. And other than that, magically, if you want to work on feeling better and starting to become whole, some greater restoration probably wouldn't hurt. Maybe a couple of those over the course of the next few days would probably start to help you feel better. Start to repair the damage to your soul, to your body.
It's the side effects that I'm worried about. That's what I just don't know. So nobody really told me what they would be or what the repercussions are. I just feel
Well,
wrong.
you're not a whole person right now, so.
Okay.
W Lumpy, thank you for the bits and the horrible joke. Why do dragons refuse to eat paladins? Because they taste so lawful. Well played. Well played. Yeah, I mean, you're feeling out of sorts because there's parts of you missing. Those have to heal. There's not much to do to fix that. I mean, the restorations will help, but
Gotcha.
you.
Could I call Tristan, because he was there through the process and he's the only person that I know on this plane that I could ask questions about?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, someone who was there for the process may have some insights.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna text. Did we get him a phone or no? All right, so I'll text one of the guys to see if I can group text. Hey, can one of you guys have Tristan call me when you get a chance? Just text that out.
Zuki, you get a text. Zephyr, you do too, but you're too busy meditating to notice it.
I check.
It's from Nick. It says, "Hey, can you have Tristan give me a call when you get a chance?"
Yeah, sure. What's it about?
Need some help dealing with some things. He was there. Hope he gets
Okay.
Thanks.
Riveting high drama.
And that's it. That's all I got.
All right. So you guys are sitting at the breakfast table as this text comes through, and Zuki looks at her phone, sends a couple of texts back and forth while you guys are having your breakfast.
What is this breakfast called?
Sugar.
It's just called sugar.
Well, it's actually cereal, but here, okay, I'm gonna show you the difference. And I don't know what kind of cereal he has at his house, but I'm guessing there's probably something. No, I was gonna say Mom would have gotten something healthy, but Zephyr
Grape
would have made
nuts.
sure.
She would have
that-
had grape nuts. I would
Mom-
have had Captain Crunch.
Mom has healthy cereals, but there's always one sugary cereal for Zephyr.
Oh, good. So I'm going to get the sugary cereal, and I'm gonna say, okay, now taste this.
Okay.
Okay, and then I'm gonna pour a whole bunch of sugar into it and stir it up in the milk and say, now taste it.
I don't think I want to.
It's gonna be better.
Okay. It hurts my teeth.
Then you know it's working.
Okay. There's so much.
That's how you know it's working.
That's how you know it's working.
This makes me want to run around really fast.
See?
Okay. I can understand starting your day like this. Are there any side effects?
No? Energy!
That's not a bad side effect. All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
I will pour the entire bag of sugar into a bowl.
Nothing could go wrong here. This is fine.
Nick wants Nick wants to talk to you.
I love Nick. We should talk. Where is Nick today?
At his apartment, I believe. he's texting me.
He's texting you?
Yes, would you like me to call him and you can speak to him?
Yes.
Perfect. So I call Nick.
All right. Phone rings.
Hello.
Hey, I have Tristan. Would you like to talk to him now?
Yes, please.
Good luck.
Nick, I have sugar. I put a lot of sugar of energy, and then I'm gonna run. You just tell me where you are, and I can run over to where you are. I can run real fast because there's so much.
Instead of running, try swimming.
Okay, I will throw the phone down and try to swim through the air and fall flat on the ground.
You hear
I'll
a
pick up the-
you hear a crash on the
Much more clear.
yeah. You hear a crash on the other end of the phone.
I pick
Okay.
up the phone. Swimming did not work. There's no water present.
Excellent. Are you busy right now?
No, I'm not busy.
Could I meet you somewhere?
Yes. Oh, meet me in the kitchen. That's where I'm at.
How about I meet you at the front door?
I will meet you at the front door right now.
Give me a little bit of time to get there.
I will meet you at the front door in a few moments.
Okay, if I'm not there, just wait there until I get there.
You got it. I will throw the phone at Zuki and I will run to the front door and sit there.
It is taking him a long time. You wait 1 minute,
Like
2
30 minutes.
minutes,
Ah,
3 minutes.
oh my gosh, what spells can I cast?
4 hours later.
Now you're beginning to understand Zuki.
All right, I'm going to find out what spells I can cast because he's taking too long. Frost, disguise, locate object, counterspell, banishment. There's nothing here that I can use that will help.
Try to counter your own spells.
So Zephyr, you have finished your workout. Do you go have a shower?
Yeah, I'm gonna go jump in a shower, get dressed for the day, and head on downstairs.
Okay. It's been 10 minutes. He's still not here.
I go over and grab a bowl. And so, morning.
It's probably gonna be another 10 minutes before you're down there. But so
Oh, okay.
Zuki, you have been watching. I figure you've gotten at least 10 minutes of entertainment out of watching Tristan at the door, just like pacing back and forth, staring out the window, going, "He's not here. Why is he not here? Why he's not here? What do I do?" Like leafing through his spell book, closing it, opening it, closing it. How long are you going to sit and watch this before you get bored?
Oh, well, I do need to call Reggie at some point.
Okay.
So at some point, I'll probably wander off and call Reggie. Is that okay? Can I call Reggie?
You can always call Reggie. That's
Okay.
All right. So give Reggie a call.
Okay. Because I need to ask Reggie for a favor. Does Reggie answer?
Hello, Reginald, answering service. What?
Hi, it's me.
Oh God! All right, thank you. Finally, someone who just doesn't need anything from me, or whining about not having an allocation of funds. Or
You know, you should really peek at the numbers on your phone once in a while. You could have told it was me before you even picked up.
No, I know. I have it on. I'm programmed now. The phone rings and I start picking it up. I picked up the dog the other day. We have a dog now.
You have a dog?
I do.
What kind of dog?
Oh, it's a Scooby Doo dog.
A Scooby Doo.
Kind of. It's like a Great Dane-ish.
Got it. Okay, so big dog.
Big dog.
Got it.
Yes. He's lovable and furry. He reminds me of Nicholas.
So I have a favor to ask.
Yes. What is it?
Yes. I have acquired an item that might help me to track down someone that might be in another plane.
Oh, I remember a time when I thought this was cute when you would do the thing and you.
I haven't gone anywhere yet.
All right. So
I'm looking for information first. You should be proud of me.
I am very proud of you for not rushing in at first. What is it that you have acquired?
So I was hoping that maybe I could talk to your friend, the skull. You know, that he might be able to help me figure out how to locate somebody if they were on a different plane.
Mikey B.
Yeah. Just hoping I could talk to him so that he could help me to figure out how to locate a person that might be on another plane.
Would anyone be coming with you?
No, I mean they didn't have to be. I could just go on my own.
All right. Yes.
I mean, or you can convey it if you want.
No,
I mean that's fine with me.
No, it's fine. I will arrange a meeting for you and Mikey B.
Okay. All right. Thanks. Just call me back and I'll be happy to meet him wherever I need to meet him.
All right. I will call you back.
Okay. Thanks. Are you okay? You doing okay? I missed you.
I miss you too. I'm very busy, but I'm very happy in my new position. So, how are you? How are things? How is the fairy boy?
The fairy boy Tristan?
Yes,
He is fun.
he's fun.
Yes.
Well, we could all use a little bit of fun after what we've all been.
Yes.
And Zephyr?
He's Zephyr. I mean, he's doing good, I guess, but he's Zephyr.
Right. I will do some research and then I will get back to you.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Click.
And you get off the phone and you come back in the other room just as Tristan is about to is about to lose it, and Zephyr comes downstairs and you see him grabbing a bowl.
Morning.
Hey, Zeph.
So, Tristan.
Oh, he had sugar.
Okay.
He's waiting for Nick. Nick wants to talk to him. I don't know why.
So Nick's on his way over.
Nick's on his way over here. Yeah, Nick's on his way over here.
We need to be here when Nick gets here. I mean,
I don't think there's any requirement to be here when Nick gets here.
Well,
he had nothing to talk to me about. He just wanted to talk to Tristan.
And you think that's a good idea?
No, probably not. I mean, based on history, probably not. Based on his recent words, who knows? So, you know,
Yeah, apparently Tristan's a grown man, so he can make his own decisions, I guess, on that.
he is. He's really old.
Yeah.
I don't know exactly. Did he ever tell us how old he was? He's still there though. He's right in the kitchen, all like sugar buzzed, right?
He's
Hey,
at
Tristan, how
he's
old
at
are
the
you?
door.
He's over at the front door.
How old are you?
Don't talk to me. I'm waiting for Nick.
Well, telling us
No,
this, he might have had too much sugar.
Well, how can you have too much sugar?
Well, I don't know, but maybe he works differently. He probably hasn't had as much sugar as we have. He hasn't built up a tolerance yet. You sure you don't want to tell us how old you are?
Sugar makes me have to go pee. Look, Zuki, can you watch the door and then I will be right back. Go use the water closet and then I'll be right back. But if Nicholas comes, I just need you to yell and then let me know if he's
Okay,
here.
I'll watch the door.
And then he will just take off and head towards the bathroom.
Hey, you should see his guitar sometime. It's really cool.
Oh, is it?
It's got like magical strings and stuff.
Yeah. No.
Yeah. Yeah. He's trying to figure out some songs to play, and you probably know songs better than I do.
Yeah. Just tell him to listen to 103.5. He'll be fine.
Wow. Okay.
What do you want me to say?
I don't know.
I don't do much guitar these days.
Yeah, it would be really awesome if you like ever felt like doing that again because you were really good.
Yeah, that was then. I'm a little.
Okay.
Knock, 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 knock. Like runs down the stairs, pushes away, pushes Zuki out of the way, pushes Zephyr out of the way, and opens the front door.
It's a mailman.
Oh.
Wow.
No, it's Nick.
Ha ha! I'm the mailman.
Hello, Nicholas.
I'm not interrupting anything.
No, I waited by the front door per your instructions.
I appreciate it. I told you could wait a little while. But I need your help if you wouldn't mind. You were there for the process, so you know what they did.
Yes.
Removing me, separating me from. I kind of need to know the process.
Tristan?
Yes.
I'm not.
Pants?
Pants? Oh, yes, of course. And I will run back up to my room and put on pants and then come back downstairs.
Where you're going, we don't need pants.
So you're interested in the process that was done to sort of cleanse your soul of the dark energies?
Yeah. I don't know whether it was the torture or the process, but I don't feel right. Something's wrong.
Of course
And
you don't
since you're
feel
the
right.
only. I mean, I feel better, but
Right.
I don't feel it's not right.
No, bits
Not
of
wrong.
your soul died.
So I need some help,
Yes,
and
absolutely.
I think that you're the only person that I can lean on.
Nicholas, I must warn you, this is not an easy task. You are rebuilding a forest after it has been devastated by a fire. This will take time and meditation and dedication. There is no
Well,
quick fix to this.
I'm committed to the cause, obviously, because it's me.
Right.
But if it's too much for you, I mean, if it's too much to ask of you to help, I didn't
No.
mean to put a burden on.
No, it is not too much. You are a friend, Nicholas.
I
So
appreciate it.
Let me help. There is a giant tree outside. Why don't we meditate close to it?
it means a lot to Zuki. How about we pick someplace a little bit more serene? How about one of the pools, one of the little ponds behind the house?
Sure. Yes. I can we assume that there's like a koi pond or something
Sure.
outside
Yeah.
Sure. I will take and walk with Nicholas and go and sit by this koi pond with him and lead him through some meditation exercises.
Sounds good.
Okay, so you are sitting in the back meditating. What are the two?
Meditating with a hyper sugared up individual. This seems
No,
appropriate.
he's starting to feel a little sleepy now.
Okay.
So
All right.
the meditation is very good for him. Like, yeah.
It becomes sleep.
Yeah, in fact, you're not sure if he's meditating or actually asleep out there. He's like guiding you through the meditation, and then he's like, now we are just quiet. And he's just sitting there with his eyes closed in a pose of meditation. And his breathing is very slow and very deep. And you think you detect snoring.
I want to disturb him, but I don't want to disturb him because I don't want him to know that I'm not actively participating. I'll wait for him to snore himself awake.
Okay. Meantime, what's going on in the house with the two of you?
So, thought about what you're gonna do with the wand.
Yeah.
What's the plan?
Well, I'm not sure it's an immediate plan, but I thought perhaps at some point we might explore the possibility of, I don't know, rescuing people stuck in hell. Because,
You know,
we would probably want them to do the same for us.
there's a couple down there, aren't there?
Yes.
Do we even know if they're alive? Have we followed any?
No idea,
avenues?
but I'm working on it. I want to go talk to my key bones and see if there's a way to track people, and if I'm trying to deal with this in a more responsible way instead of just rushing off.
I'm impressed. I'm impressed you're even still here. Very much so.
What's that supposed to mean?
I mean, you are obviously thinking this through and taking your time, trying to make
Wow,
the
so
right.
you're going to be condescending about it now?
I've not used any condensation whatsoever.
No, you haven't.
He's
Because
Condensation.
It's perfectly dry in that conversation.
I have not used any condensation at all.
I was going
This
to condense it,
conversation
though.
This conversation was not precipitation at all.
Although it did precipitate a solution.
Condescension.
You guys have kept him up too late.
I
That's
did
what
not
it
mean
is.
to come across like that. And if that's how I came across, I apologize. It was not my intention to
What
do
would you
so.
suggest we do with the wand?
We have a few things that we're supposed to be taking care of. I guess I'm tied to Nick now. But we still have that we've got to get done.
Personally, I think that if there's perhaps the more immediate problem, maybe I can talk to Mikey Botens about working on this, but perhaps the more immediate problem is going after the book.
Well, I don't know that we want to dive into hell unprepared. And so that's why I'm thinking what the steps you're taking are excellent steps.
Thank you.
Okay.
All right. So I'm thinking we should go back to I don't know, Portal Kingdom, wherever that place was that we were, and maybe go look for the book.
Do we take Nick?
I was just gonna ask the same thing.
It's really, we're in a quandary here, aren't we?
Yeah, we should probably take him, but I'm not sure that I trust him yet.
I'm not sure I trust myself.
Why do you say that?
Well, I'm the one that's put us into the position where we have to go after the book in the first place. I've done these
No, I feel like we were kind of free and clear, and we had this all figured out, and then all of a sudden we didn't. And maybe if we can get Nick to stop making deals with the fairy courts, it would probably help a little. I guess I'm not one to talk.
Thing, though. We don't have to give the book to the fairy courts now. I mean, we wanted to avoid that in the first place,
It's
right?
true, but how do we know that either A, he's just not going to give it to them, or B, it feels like a big give for them to just give up and be like, we really, really want this book. Hang on, Nick. Now we don't. You can have it. Like,
do we know what he traded for this deal? Was that disclosed to us?
No?
We should probably figure out what's going on. How did he pick up this?
well, you know
How
what?
did I become beholden to him as opposed to the fairy courts?
Nick is here. So why don't we go ask him? He's out talking to Tristan.
Yes. Yes.
All right. So we're probably going to go out walking towards the tree and not see him, and then wander around the house and find him by the koi pond.
Right.
We're not just going to interrupt them. We will gaze upon them first before
Well,
proceeding.
as you walk outside to look, you see Tristan kind of leaning over to the side and kind of drifting, and Nick looking at him, and it looks like he's trying to decide: do I wake him? Do I not wake him? And there's a very faint snoring coming from Tristan.
Hey, Tristan.
No, sugar. Yes, and that is how you meditate, Nick. Mm.
It
Thank
looked a
you.
lot like sleeping.
There was potential for sleep there. There was, yes, very much so. Nicholas, we will continue to work on this as time goes on, and become one with nature and commune with it. It'll be the best healing for your soul.
I appreciate you and what you're
I
doing.
appreciate you.
So, Nick.
Yeah.
Question. How
Fire
in the
away.
world did you manage to get them to not want the book anymore? What did you give to them to not
I
want
gave
the
him
book anymore?
I gave him all the information I had about my mom.
Oh.
And so they
I
don't
traded
want
my
the book.
mom for it.
If we acquire the book, they don't want the book from you?
My mom is by far the biggest threat to them, well, everybody, than this book that they only recently started looking for because of me anyway.
And then what would you do with the book?
Should probably lock it away.
Yes, you could probably lock it away, but I believe the question was, what would you do with the book?
Try to lock it away. I don't even know that we should go looking for the book. We could find something of, if nobody's found it now, why do we have to find it and expose it if we just find an equivalency?
I agree with that wholeheartedly. Do you know of any equivalency?
They said that I would know if the offer was made, whether it was equivalent or not, but not until then. I can't tell you what it is. I don't know. It said the magic would reveal itself as an.
All right. Hang on.
Your guess is as good as mine.
I get out the globe of the Fey Court and hand it to him.
I take it and hold it in my hand and shake it and concentrate on it. I don't feel any.
It doesn't feel sufficient to you.
I get a feeling of insufficiency. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay. It just doesn't feel like it's enough to me. That's the sensation I mean, it has value, but it's like it's not. I just don't feel like it's enough.
It's not in the same neighborhood.
Like a big disparity between the two. And I give it back to her.
The poor- Are you?
Not yet. Shoot. Would you be able to tell if something would be enough without officially taking it, without the transaction officially taking place?
Yeah, I guess. I don't know.
Yes.
Try it.
What about this? And I put the portal wand in his hand.
You get a tingling sensation, but it's still not quite enough.
And I also put the globe of the Fey Court in his hand at the same time.
Still not strong enough.
But is it even
Is
sufficient?
it close?
You handing it. That globe is from you. It is I that is beholden to him at this point. Now, yes, the wand.
You would still be able to tell. It's sounding more and more like.
It's a power level thing, yeah.
It feels like it's a power level thing.
So, like, we might be able to build up to it with several items.
Seems like that would math out. Again, it's an equivalency thing. It's not me choosing. I can't
Right.
personally, it's not personal to me.
So then, why don't we gather some items of power that might be equivalent to the book?
I mean, if we go over to his godfather, maybe just load up my hands and that'll be good enough.
I
don't know if that's.
I don't think you all grasp the power of that book. You probably could get there in terms of gathering up items of different levels and building a cache, almost like a hoard that a dragon might guard. But it would definitely take time and resources, and one I'm willing to with. What frightens me is the law of if the book is being spoken about, then it is being spoken about in other places as well.
So others may be searching for it even as we speak, is what you're saying.
Absolutely.
And we're saying it would be safer with us?
I mean, you all seem to have trust issues, but you seem to trust yourselves more than you would trust the courts. It is just a thought.
Well, let me ask you guys this question. And think about it for more than just a second. Do you guys trust putting the book in my hand?
I think that you asking that question speaks of your character. I feel that a person that I wouldn't trust might not ask that question of themselves and of the people around them. Does that make sense?
It does, and I appreciate that. But you're one of three.
You guys are all in the backyard, right?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay.
You asking that makes me want to do a perception check.
I genuinely
Go
want
right
to
ahead.
trust that the book would be safe with you. But like I said before, you've given a lot of good words, and I need a little time with actions first. And maybe it's in the search for the book, or maybe it's just in the time spent together, but yeah, I want to.
And Nicholas, I feel you are trying. I don't even know if I trust myself at this point in time. I don't know if I can give trust to others until I can even trust me.
Well, if it's in any consolation or of any consequence, I vote that we not go for the
what would you say? Where do we go from here then?
I'll do whatever you guys want, and I'll do whatever you guys feel is best. I just don't know what putting that book in my hands will do.
So you do not trust yourself, is what I'm hearing.
Should I?
I don't know. Again, I've made so many screwed up mistakes. Who am I to even judge at this point?
What's everyone's passive perception?
24.
Wow.
That's pretty good.
15.
16.
13.
Zuki, as you guys are having this discussion, you hear faintly in the distance the sound of what you think might be a truck engine starting up and driving away.
Like from the house away?
Like, you know, possibly from the driveway away.
Okay, I'm going to give them a quick look and then run, stealthy run around to see if I can see what this truck is or where it's going or anything about it. I'm going to see if I can catch it.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a dex check.
Do you want straight up dex or you want stealth?
So she didn't say anything. She just took.
She gave you
nonverbal.
She gave you kind of a nonverbal cue to as if to say, "Hey, I think I heard something. I'm going to go give a look." You'll have to give an insight to see if you can figure out what she's saying, but give me a stealth.
Okay. Can I use your?
Yes, me.
That was not great. That was a 12.
Okay.
No, wait. No, was it 5? Yeah, that was a 12.
Okay.
13 insight.
13 insight. Since you don't know her all that well, I don't think you picked up what she was laying down. You're not sure what that look meant.
And with my 6 insight, I know exactly what she meant.
You do, but you know exactly what she meant incorrectly.
Yes. And so I'm actually right now.
You're what?
I'm running after her. I'm following her.
Right, so what your interpretation is, she, instead of, you didn't get, hey, I think I heard something, I'm going to check it out. You heard, danger, let's get it on, and so you're expecting a fight.
Interesting choice of words there, but I like it.
You know what I mean?
That's probably what Zephyr hears every time he gets a glass from her.
That might be true.
Either way, he would definitely be running after her.
So yes, I am following her.
All right.
And I'm running in a slightly less than stealthy way with a 12.
Yes. However, since the inhabitants of the truck aren't expecting anyone, you are not seen as you run to and scale and peer over the fence, and you see a panel truck just pulling out of the driveway that says Aiken's Pest Control.
All right. So, oh gosh, this is bad.
Is this something I would have expected to have had at the home at this time?
Well, you're about a beat behind her because you were reacting to her. She gave you the look and told you, "Hey, danger! We got to fight." And she ran, and so you were about a half a round behind her, and so you get to the fence as they're like out of the driveway. So she's gonna still have a chance to do something before you.
Got it.
Okay. I am going to. You know what? Oh. Okay. I'm going to use what I never ever use. I'm going to use my bow take a gamble here, my short bow, and I'm gonna try to puncture the tire.
No.
All right.
Which tire do you want to try and puncture?
The rear passenger side.
It's a panel truck, so it's got dual. It's probably got 2 tires in the back.
Oh, okay. Really? Like 2 in the back?
Think like U-Haul truck.
Yeah, they have double tires.
No, this one just has a single tire on each side in the
Okay.
back.
Okay.
So rear passenger is fine.
Okay, yeah, I want to give it a flat tire.
Okay. Go ahead, give me an attack roll.
Slow it down just a little bit.
Swing high, Meryl.
All right, and I'm so good with my short bow too. That's a 21 to hit.
You hit that tire.
Yeah, do I even need to roll damage on it?
Not really. It's a tire.
It's a tire.
This is a short bow. You puncture the tire and it goes flat. And this was.
Has Zephyr come up by now?
Yep, Zephyr. You
Were you expecting pest control?
I've been expecting pest control here today.
You were not expecting pest control.
We were just here to do a job, guys.
You were not expecting a pest control truck, and the tire goes flat, and they weren't peeling out, so there's not an accident or anything because they were trying to drive away normally and not attract suspicion. But now they're like flop, 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 flop. But instead of pulling over to change the tire, they are trying to drive away with the flat tire, which is, of course, slowing them down.
Should we follow?
If you want to chase them, we can chase them.
Tristan and Nick, what are you guys doing?
I think she had to go use the restroom as well. That is what I incited.
Okay. Nick?
Because I have to play that my insight was not enough. Like,
How about you just come with me and we'll mosey on up there together just in case they need us or want us there.
And you do glance over at her at the fence and see her pull out her short bow and shoot an arrow, which may change your impressions.
As that happens, as I see her pull out an arrow, I am running as fast as I can to get to where I at least can see what she is firing at.
Okay.
Do I get there?
Yeah, you can get there. You can do a dash and see the panel truck.
Okay. As soon as I am able to, I will cast a magic missile at the steel dragon.
Okay, it'll probably be next round because you had to dash this round. Nick?
Understood.
I will advance as well.
Okay. So what do you got? So next round, we'll say that the order is Zuki, Zephyr, Tristan, Nick.
Okay, I am going to. I have to double check. I can't remember. With Pass Without a Trace, do they all have to be there when I cast it for it to affect them, or will it affect them when they come into range of me?
They have to be there when you cast it. But they are there now because they have all arrived and we're into the next round.
Okay. Okay, then I say, do we want to... They're not supposed to be here. Do we want to question them? Do we want to sneak over there?
I'm actually, they know we're here. They know they got a flat, and I'm casting a spell as soon as I can.
And I'm going to walk towards that vehicle.
Well, it's better book towards that.
How far away is the vehicle at this point?
100 feet.
I can get us over there faster.
Okay.
They're 100 feet away, but they're still moving.
Yes, but you will have initiative before they will, so they will be 100 feet for your whole turn.
Okay. Because a giant eagle has 80 feet flying. I'm going to turn into a giant eagle and pick up, let me see, Tristan. You can fly, right?
If I choose to fly.
If you choose to. Okay. So Tristan and Nick. And fly towards the vehicle.
Okay. So you get 80 feet toward the vehicle.
We're gonna Lord of the Rings this.
Giant eagles solve all our problems.
Feel the urge to fly to Mordor.
You're next.
So am I up?
You are up.
I'm actually gonna Big B's hand and clenched fist. I'm gonna smash down on the front of that truck.
Okay.
Oh my god. We just wanted to see if the house was for sale.
Yeah, then they would check their flat tire if that were the case. And so, melee spell attack.
Okay.
Load it up.
Go ahead.
Jeez. Ah. 7 plus. What's the AC on it? Oh, 7 plus 9. That'd be a 16.
It's a truck. You hit.
Okay.
It's not a magic truck. It's a truck.
It's a truck.
So doing 14
However, the truck is a paladin.
plus 12. That'll be 26 of force damage.
Okay. The front of the truck crushes in and the engine block makes a sputtering sound as the truck stops moving. All right. I believe it is Tristan's turn.
Can I see inside of the cab of the truck?
Strangely, you cannot, because there are metal plates across the windows of the truck right now.
Oh, I do not think I like that. All right.
I eat metal right now.
I do as well. I will use my are we in the middle of the street? Or are we still in by Zephyr's like house?
No, we're in the street.
We're in the street. I will immediately get down from the ground and start heading over to the front door of the truck.
Okay.
Am I able to open it?
It is locked.
It is locked. All right. Well, they have to come out eventually. I will ready an attack against the first person to come out of the truck.
Okay. Nick.
Alright, so I'm eagled up.
You could be dropped if you wanted to move on your own volition here. You're only 20 feet away from the truck, or you could stay dangling from the eagle and...
So the truck's no longer moving, right?
No, it is
correct.
Okay, can you just set me down on top of the panel?
No, she cannot, because she's flown her movement and you're 20 feet away.
Ah. 20 feet off the ground? How far off the ground am I?
Probably just like 5-10 feet off the ground.
Yeah, I'm low.
She's skimming.
Shoot. I'll take the drop. I'll drop there 20 feet away, and then try, or 10 feet away, 10 feet off the ground, and then try to move the other to back.
Okay, what are you doing? So you're moving to the back of the panel truck?
Yeah. Do I need to make a roll to drop from the eagle
No.
or anything like that? Okay. So I'll just drop from the eagle and move up to cover Tristan, more or less to protect.
Okay. And are you doing anything in particular?
Just to protect Tristan. So
Okay.
Yeah.
Zuki, give me a perception, since you are in the air above the level of the panel truck.
9. That was a 9. Perception 9. 18.
So you notice that the top of the truck is mostly smooth, but with a circle traced out on the top.
Okay, are there any symbols in the circle, or is it just a circle?
Just a circle.
All right, then I'm gonna land on top of the truck, but not inside the circle.
Well, it's not your turn yet because they're gonna get a turn.
Oh, I forgot they got a turn. Never mind.
Yeah, so sometimes we let the bad guys get to do something.
Also, we know they're bad guys now.
Yes.
Yeah, because I don't think that was a secret, but just in case you weren't sure.
You figured it out. Good job.
Thank you.
So and what you notice is that circle slides aside and a little dome shifts up, and you see what it looks to be a turret of some sort, and it turns toward you. And it looks to be a gun turret.
Oh, good. I have a gun pointing at me.
Yes, and it is going to fire some automatic weapons fire at you. And that will be a 24 to hit.
Do I get to make any sort of athletics check or acrobatics or anything to avoid it?
Not unless you have some kind of reaction that you can use for something.
Well, that would be great if I did. But I don't.
Okay.
So, yes, that hits me.
What is your AC?
It is a 16.
Okay. That means you will take 27 points of piercing damage.
Oof.
Ow.
As a number of bullets pierce your eagle hide.
Oh, that's right. I'm still an eagle. I gotta rework how I do this. Hang on. Yeah. I need to pull up my eagle info.
Oh, is your AC different as an eagle?
Yeah, it's much lower.
It's well, it doesn't lower, but I was taking the points off of. Oh, so I'm a Zuki now.
Okay, well, so
Because I only had 26 hit points.
okay, but what was if your AC was lower? It does matter. It means more bullets will hit you
It was 13
instead of 17.
instead of 16.
Instead of 16. Okay, so in addition to that damage, let me add. So you actually took 10 more points of damage. So you took 37.
Okay, but I had 26 points. So Eagle's gone. I'm Zuki. Those extra points
Carry
take
over.
off Zuki?
Yep.
Okay, so you said 37, correct?
Yep.
Okay.
So
So that's 11
you guys see this turret. You guys see this turret rise up and swivel around, and you see, and you see the eagle turn back into Zuki, and you see a bleeding Zuki fall out of the air and land prone on the ground.
Oh, I don't like that.
And it is now Zuki's turn.
Okay. Well, I'm going to stand up because I'm guessing I'm prone, right?
Yes.
Okay. And I am going to. Can I see any of these people? Have they come out at all?
They have not come out, but you could see that you saw that there was a form in the turret that was shooting.
All right. So I'm pretty close to this vehicle. So I'm going to get as close to this vehicle as I possibly can. And I'm going to cast Flame Blade on my sword, but I want to be in contact with the vehicle because Flame Blade is a second level spell.
Mm-hmm.
And if there are any mechanics or computer systems or anything in this vehicle, I want to, by casting that spell, be able to blow those.
You want to
things
try
out.
and fry some electronics. Yep.
Yeah. So,
Okay.
Oh, Flame Blade is a bonus action. I forgot about that.
Yeah, so your bonus action was a flame blade, and what is your action?
Cool. Then my action, I'm going to hold action until I see somebody come out. Can I do that?
Yeah. And then
So that I can smack them with my sword.
okay. All right. That brings up Zephyr.
That would be me. And oy. I'm going to actually advance. I'm still 80 feet away, is my understanding, correct?
Correct.
So with my movement, I've got 40 movement, so I'm going to take the movement, get halfway there. And I'm actually, with my bonus action, going to smash down with the hand with Bigsby's on top of this with as much force as possible.
Okay.
Do I need to roll to hit?
Yes, you do.
Jeez. 14 to hit.
14 hits.
So that's 15 damage. Does that do anything to the turret?
It does not. The force spreads out on the turret, and the trucks, the tires all pop, and the truck sinks down a little bit. But the turret remains intact.
Can I cast a 10-foot radius on it, or is Zuki going to be within that radius?
On the truck,
Yes.
Zuki is touching the truck.
So
that.
can I see inside the turret?
Not from the ground, no.
Crap. Can I cast polymorph on the turret?
The turret is not organic, so no.
No. All right. I'm actually going to use the rest of my action and move up towards the truck.
All right, so you're going to do a dash?
Yeah.
And so double movement, which should get you 60 feet, so you're only 20 feet away.
80 feet, actually.
Oh, 80, okay.
Yeah, at my second level, I have unarmored movement
Right.
plus 10.
Yep.
And so
All right.
80 will get me
Tristan,
Do you want the safe choice or do you want the weird choice?
you know the answer to that question.
I cast fog cloud inside the truck itself. Because you don't need to be able to see it, but I pick a spot that's right in where all those metal doors and windows are, and I'm assuming there's guys in there and that they're controlling some of this, so I cast a fog cloud directly into that center area.
Okay.
Might not have effect on.
And with my movement, with my bonus action, I will pull out my rapier and start my blade song. As,
Okay.
The music flows outward from me into the sword, causing both of us to glow. I will go and interpose myself to where Zuki is on the ground using my movement.
Well, she's standing up.
I'm up and I'm ready to attack to like.
She's ready to attack the turret. Never mind. I will stand in front of the truck, glowing brightly with the sword in hand as fog pours out of the cab.
Okay.
Your shirt.
Yeah, the wind blowing my hair back. My 8-pack glistening in the wind.
Is this like a Team Edward, Team Jacob moment kind of a thing?
Yeah.
The two sexy men both defending Zuki's honor. As she says, I don't need defending, I will destroy this truck myself. Okay.
Yeah. So
that's
my
it.
turn.
All right, so Nick.
Pouring out of the truck.
Nick, it is your turn.
All right, so having seen that they've attacked this thing magically and it's still operating, I can assume that these guys have dealt with this type of magic situation before, and their equipment will resist any kind of magical interference. Can I?
You can assume that they have some defense against magic, yes.
Okay. I'm just going to go ahead and heal Zuki. Let's see, using Healing Wind.
Healing wind?
Healing Wind. Wind.
That's what I thought you said.
General direction.
That's right. He's farting at you, and it's going to make you feel better.
I heal in your direction.
Isn't
All
feeling
right, so
with
that'll
the
do.
cat there,
Uh, 14 points of healing.
Thank you.
Whoa.
All right, and then I will. Okay, so Tristan's at the front of the truck.
Tristan's at the front, Zuki's at the side, Zephyr is toward the rear.
Okay, so not knowing who these guys are, only assuming that obviously we've been trusted with Tristan as our charge, I'm going to move in front of him between the truck and himself.
Okay.
Welcome to the Human Meat Shield.
All right. And it is their turn. And you see the turret rotating vaguely toward the back, if a bit unevenly and unsteadily, as you see wisps of fog curling out the edges of the turret. And it is going to fire in Zephyr's general direction. It had advantage because of its targeting systems. It has disadvantage because of fog, which means it fires at you normally. Which makes it a 19 to hit.
Oh yeah, that hits.
What's your AC?
Now I'm next to the truck. This turret has angle and everything on me.
You are 20 feet away from the truck. Yes, it does.
I'm not 20 feet away from the truck. I am.
Oh, that's right. No, you said that's right. You said you were at the truck.
Yes.
Okay. And everybody is at the truck, so
None of it though.
no. So everybody is too close to the truck for the machine guns. In that case, you hear, "Foomp." And it's still a 19 to hit. But Zephyr, you see. Give me a perception check.
21.
21. You see an egg-shaped object bounce onto the ground near you.
Oh,
Okay.
Give me a dex save.
20.
20 is enough. You have enough. You've
Knowledge
watched
of what this egg is.
you've watched enough war movies and played enough video games to realize this is some kind of a grenade. And as soon as you hear the foomp, and you're looking around and you see it land next to you and immediately dive in the other direction, as there is a blast of concussive force which knocks you a little further in the direction you're diving, but you take half damage. Which is 14 points of force damage. Blunt or bludgeoning damage, I should say. And that wraps us back around to Zuki.
All right, so they're not going.
That was their
That was them. They're still not out. Okay.
They have not climbed out.
So then I lost my held action. What I'm going to do, I want them out of that thing. Shoot. I can't figure out how to get them out of there. I know what spell I want, and I don't have it. Okay, I am going to conjure woodland beings.
Okay.
That's my action.
I wonder what woodland beings you're conjuring.
You
So
already
predictable.
know. You don't even. I don't
So
even have to tell
predictable.
you.
No, you don't. All right, Zephyr.
Okay, so nothing was done to this turret when I pounded on it, right?
Correct.
Flattened the tires. Everything else was looking good. I'm gonna take my bonus action and forceful hand. With Big B's, I'm gonna attempt to tip this truck over on its top.
Okay.
Can I make that attempt?
Sure. Which way are you tipping it?
Away from where Zuki is standing.
Okay.
And so
This imagery is so good.
is this the forceful hand? It attempts to push the creature within 5 feet.
Yeah.
Okay, so what it's saying is make a check with the hand strength contested by the strength athletics check of the target. If the target is medium or smaller, I have advantage.
It is large.
Okay, if I succeed, I push up to 5 feet plus a number of feet equal to 5 times your spellcasting ability modifier.
Okay.
And so I'm attempting to just turn it on its top. Is what do I need to do in this case?
Well, make your athletics check. 19.
And oh crap! Strength at 8. Dang, that's only going to be a 17.
All right. You go and you try to push, but the truck is bigger than things that you're used to muscling around with Bigby's hand, and you can't quite get the leverage. But you're starting to figure it out, and you think with another push you probably could pull it off.
Okay. Can I do that as an action right now, or does that need to wait until
That needs
my next turn?
that needs to wait because you've used Bigby's hand already. You can still
Got it.
take an action, but you
You
can't.
know what? I need to do a save against my concentration.
Oh, that's right.
12 plus
Yeah.
whatever it happens to be.
Yeah, DC was 10 because the damage was yeah.
Yeah.
You're fine.
So I wish I had heat metal, which I don't.
Heat metal would be pretty good right now.
Did I know where? Could I tell where this came from? The grenade
You suspect the turret.
from the turret itself, but there's nothing obviously speaking. A grenade's coming out of this thing.
Well, I mean, there's a gun sticking out of the turret. It could very well be a multifunction gun where it's like like in Aliens how there was the machine gun and then the grenade thing underneath it.
I don't have anything to block it with or anything. I'm gonna. Crap. I was really hoping it would work. I'm gonna hold my action. Well, I'm gonna get back to the truck again, watching where that gun is, and waiting to see if another grenade pops out in hopes of being able to catch it and throw it. Is what action I would want to take at that point.
Okay.
And so I'm holding my action on that contingency.
Okay.
But I'm back to where the truck is.
Very good. Very good. Triss.
Roll initiative for my pixies,
Sure.
or are they going to go on my turn?
You can roll initiative for them.
I rolled a 4.
Okay.
So there's no other entrance into this truck, correct?
Correct.
Where do I see smoke coming out of?
You see it coming out of like cracks in the doors.
I will head over towards one of the doors and start continuously casting frostbite. We don't have heat metal, but we can cool this sucker down.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna just keep casting frostbite as much as I can to see if I can cool things down in there enough so that it's really uncomfortable. The target has to make a con save, and I can either make this against like the door or someone right there. So it's up to you, pal.
Okay. And if it fails the con save, what happens?
On a failed save, the target takes 1d6 cold damage, and it has disadvantage on the next weapon attack roll. It's actually 3d6 cold damage.
Oh, 3d6. Even better.
You cause numbing frost to form on a creature that you can see or like within range.
Okay. Good enough. So,
All right.
Yep. All right.
I think that's going to be my turn.
All right, Nick.
All right. I am going to heal. Wait, who just took damage? Or was it Zep?
Zeph took damage.
All right, so I will heal him with the from the grenade damage.
All right. And then,
17 points of damage.
Okay, 17 points of healing for Zephyr. And then I need all of you to make a perception. It's a high DC.
19.
Nice. I don't even need to roll.
Nat 20.
I don't roll anyway. But
Ooh, nice.
17 plus 9, 26.
Okay. And what's the plus on your 20?
Plus 6, that's 26.
Okay, so we got two 26s.
I'm 11.
11.
Oh, that's you look pretty at least.
Nick?
I had a 14.
Okay. The 26s hear a faint... You hear a faint whirring noise from under the truck.
I'm gonna look underneath the truck.
Okay. A small cylinder has quietly descended and is touching the ground just underneath the truck.
Oh, they're gonna try and Nick Fury out of it.
Is the cylinder pointing straight down?
It is. It's pointing straight down, and it is on their turn.
And it's completely faced straight down on into the ground, or is there space between the ground?
Straight down onto the ground.
They're trying to Nick Fury out of here.
Which is a thing you could say had you made your perception check, but unfortunately, you did not.
Does this pipe spark any images of what they may be attempting at this point?
I don't know. What do you? I mean, what do you think?
Well, one, venting of some type, drillings. Are they going to blast off into space?
Go ahead and give me an insight check.
$18.
You don't think it's a rocket, and it doesn't look like a drill, and the contact with the ground is complete, so it doesn't look like it could be used for venting.
Uh-oh.
I'm at a blank.
That's all right. We don't see it.
Well, and we can't say anything.
How big a
we see
round?
it, but we
How
can't say
big a
anything.
round
We
is
can't
the?
What's that?
What's the diameter we're talking on this pipe?
I would say it's about 3.5 foot diameter or so.
Oh crap!
Oh, I was thinking a little like
That's what I was thinking. I got a 3.5 foot pipe down here.
No, this is like a cylinder. This is not like a pipe.
But we can't say anything or do anything. We notice it, but it's not
Right.
our turn. Right?
It's not your turn, exactly.
So did they just end their turn?
Well, hang on. Yeah, nothing happens on their turn, and now it's the Pixies' turn.
Okay, so the Pixies are going to fly. Can they get into the vehicle? Are there any openings? Anyways, for them to get in.
Let's see. I mean, the pixies are pretty small, so I'm gonna say that like air vents and cracks, the pixies could probably squeeze in through those.
So they are going to cast. Depending on how many people are in the vehicle, or how.
Well, they can't see through the fog.
Yeah. It's still foggy inside the vehicle. Pea soup.
Okay. So they can't. It's so foggy that they cannot see anything.
They can make perception checks at disadvantage, much in the same way that the people inside had disadvantage on their attacks outside.
Okay, then instead, what they're going to do is they're going to look for any exposed wires of any sort and just start pulling things loose.
Okay.
Disconnecting everything they possibly can.
Full scorched earth policy.
Just destruction of any and all wires.
All right. You know what? Give me percentile dice.
Oh, ooh, I haven't used percentile dice in a long time.
You have how many pixies? Is it 8 or 16?
I have 8 of them. All right. 38.
38. I mean, all kinds of stuff starts happening. Zuki's pixies go in, like start going inside, and stuff starts happening. The hazard lights start going on. The windshield wipers go back and forth. The turret is spinning around, and while you guys are looking under, the cylinder starts going up and down. And you see guys in pest control suits climbing down a ladder through a manhole cover. And they are very startled to see this cylinder come up and down. And it is now Zuki's turn.
All right, so I am going to. I forgot it was my turn next. All right, so do I see any? Okay, I want to make note of any recognizable object that any of these people are wearing climbing down this.
Mm-hmm.
I want to be able to track them. So I'm going to look for some sort of a recognizable object that one of them are carrying. I am also, yeah, and then I'm going to cast locate object
Okay.
on that object so that we can track them.
They all have these cockroach patches on their lapels.
Oh, then I should have advantage on tracking them.
Probably.
Okay, that's my turn.
All right, Zeph,
Zephyr's gonna attempt to
knock it over
flip the
again.
vehicle again.
All right, give me another athletics.
That'd be a 19.
All right, this time you figured out the leverage on this thing, and you shove it over, and you see a manhole cover on the ground that's open, and you've tipped it over, and the truck is sitting on its side. The cylinder is there, and you just see the last guy disappear into the manhole and start running off into the sewer.
Okay, I am going to. Are we following these guys? Yeah, I know.
Oh, and your pixies.
Turn now and talk to us.
And your, by the way, your pixies need to make dex saves because he just flipped a truck on them.
Well, they were inside the truck.
Yeah.
Fly. All right, they are making dex saves. Do you want 8 separate dex saves? Well, I guess you have to have it, don't you? Okay.
Well, unless you want them all to either live or die on a single
Yeah,
roll.
okay. Their dex is +5. It's pretty good. So that's a 13,
Okay.
a 16, a 24, a 15, a nat 20, and a 14.
Okay, so the 13 and 14 fail, and the two of them smack into the wall and are taken out, but the others are able to fly and regain their balance as the truck shifts and are fine. So you lost 2 pixies, the other 6 are fine. And what did you?
Alright.
So what did you say, Zeph?
I'm saying, get back here and tell us why you're here. Casting suggestion. So they need to make a wisdom saving throw, DC 17.
Okay. Second there. Suggestion, yes.
And so, did one come back? Did he come back?
Nope.
And that's it for my turn. I've got nothing else.
Okay.
I'm assuming with the truck flipping and all of that stuff, they didn't have time to close the manhole cover.
Correct.
Yeah. Haste on myself and then chasing after them at double movement speed.
Okay, you will catch up to the tail end.
Got it. That's my turn.
Nick?
Well, the worst case scenarios happened.
The guy you protected trying to
yes.
protect ran off by himself,
Yes.
you mean?
Yeah, the situation could have been over. We had their truck, so we could have gotten in the information from inside the truck. I don't know that we needed to catch the guys. But I'll chase after him because he's our charge. I can't catch up to him, but I'll chase after him as much as I can.
So you climb down and run halfway after him?
Yeah. Yeah, that's all I can do.
Okay. Let's see. So you are within striking distance now, so to continue to run away from you would be an attack of opportunity.
Correct.
So these 4 on their turn are going to turn around and attempt to subdue you.
Now, what is the actual? How much space do we have in this sewer?
It's a sewer, so it's not wide.
You and Zuki are still out front.
Yeah, we're still up top.
Well, so far.
Yeah. So it's more or less going to be double file. So 2 of them can hit him with melee attacks, and the other 2 can do ranged if they have them.
How far away am I?
You are about 40 feet.
Okay.
Alright, so the 2 in melee. First one pulls out something handheld, and he only gets a 15.
That doesn't hit.
And the other one does the same, and he gets a 19.
That doesn't hit.
Alright. And the 2 guys with the ranged weapons pull out pistols and take shots at you. A natural 19 and a natural 20.
What is the 19?
The natural 19 is going to be a 25.
That just hits. All right.
Thank goodness. I need 2 Constitution saves from you.
Okay. Is this to maintain haste, or this is something completely different?
This is something completely different.
Okay. Constitution saves, not Tristan's strong point. One is a nat 20,
Okay.
And the other one's an 11.
The nat 20 is great, and you feel your power coursing through you. And then as the other dart hits you, you feel your muscles start to tighten up and stiffen, and your body starts to slow down, and your muscles start to seize up, and you stiffen.
Wait. Hang on. Sorry. Would a 16 have changed that or not at all?
No.
Okay, cool. All right.
As you are paralyzed.
Got it. Paralyzed.
And then after these attacks, they turn and continue to run because they realize grabbing you and trying to carry you would only cause them sorrow and pain because the others would catch up. So they decide to leave the prize and run.
Got it. Ugh. Blade Song ends.
All right, Nick, you catch up to.
Well, I could see them. They're 40 feet away.
Well, they ran, so they're actually 70 feet away, and
Okay, so I can move on my turn and get to within 60 feet of them.
yes, you can.
Okay. So actually, I could move 30 feet and be within 40 feet of them.
Yes,
Right?
you can.
All right. So as soon as I get within 40 feet, I'm going to command. How many of them are there?
There are 4.
At level 5.
Okay.
And I will cast command. So it's a wisdom save of 16.
And what are you commanding them
I mean,
to
not
do?
17. Sorry, wisdom save of 17.
And what are you commanding them to do?
I will command them to approach.
Okay, they keep running.
All of them.
All of them.
All right. I will
Per-
use my.
Give me perception.
Oh no. They're elves. Oh no.
Let's see.
I think
19.
19. It's dark, but your low light vision is pretty good. And as you're looking after them, you realize that these guys are pretty well outfitted, and they have night vision goggles on. They have they have what looks like some kind of body armor on underneath their pest control suits, and they have earplugs in, so they can't actually hear you.
Dude.
All right, Zuki and Zephyr, what are you up to?
How many of these? I've run after them. How many of these people are there's 4 of them?
There are 4 of them, and you get down into the sewers and you catch up to Nick.
You catch up to Nick.
Right. So how far away am I from them?
About 40 feet.
Okay. And my pixies go right before me though, right?
Your pixies
They've
get
been going right before me.
well, I mean, technically after they go at the end of the round, but
Okay. So I go first, then the pixies go?
yeah.
Okay. So I'm going to use my action to make a dash action so I can get closer to them.
Okay.
I don't think I'll get quite to them, but I'll get within 10 feet.
Yes, you will.
And then my pixies, since there are 4 of them, they are going to cast, and I don't know if this is going to, they're going to cast Phantasmal Force. So they're going to, since there are 6 of them, I'm going to have each of the 4 of them cast it, and then if somebody fails it, I'm going to have the other 2 try on that one. So I've kind of got 6 shots at it, but on each of these guys.
Okay.
I want them to see flames and crackling electricity like blocking the passage, so they have to coming at them, so they have to run back towards us. I want them to see that in their minds. So they have to make an int save.
So each of them has to make an int save. Right? Also, one at a time they make an int save, right?
Yeah, and I'm trying to see what the int save is.
I believe the Pixies spell DC was 12. for everything? Because I believe
Yes, it was.
because polymorph was a 12. So all right,
Yeah.
first one makes his first save, his second save, his third,
Wow.
his fourth. I'm just rolling really
Oh
well.
Gosh.
Not his fifth.
Okay. So
Uh,
then the 6 pixie's gonna try it on one of the other guys.
And the other guy does make his. Now,
Okay.
Phantasmal Force, I believe, can do damage, correct?
Yes, it can.
How much damage does it do?
So, it created to appear as fire, full of acid, blah blah blah. It can deal 1d6 psychic damage to the target if it's in the phantasm's area or within 5 feet of the phantasm.
Because
So-
instead of doubling back, you see the first target just cover his face with both his arms and charge ahead through the fire and electricity.
Oof, they are determined. Okay,
So roll.
Right.
So roll the damage.
the d6. It's a 1d6. That's 2 damage.
Yeah. And so you see him wince in pain from. You guys don't know what it is that she and her pixies did to him, but you see him wince in pain. Zephyr, what do you do?
I actually am pulling out my phone and calling Reggie.
Okay.
2 phone calls in one day. Very pleasant.
Shots fired, Reggie. We've got people running now.
He hangs up the. Reggie will hang up the phone and immediately start rallying the troops and sending them over to the house.
Okay.
I'm now jumping into the manhole cover, into the manhole.
Okay.
Did I land face down in the water, paralyzed, or was it face up?
Face up.
Okay.
We'll just say you landed face up,
I
paralyzed.
got you. I got you.
I just imagine all these people running past.
We're staring
Yeah, you're just like.
face down. It's like, we got this.
Yeah, except
left if I can get to Tristan.
That's
That's
right.
where I'm heading right now.
yeah, except you didn't get him. You decided to go after the guys instead.
Who, me?
No, I'm talking to Nick. Nick was like,
I'm so sorry, totally forgot.
Tristan just goes splash, and Nick's like, I cast command.
Zuki's like, I could cast Lesser Restoration, but I'm not gonna.
I forgot you were paralyzed.
And then Zephyr calls for
I
help.
got him on my next turn. I knew what I was going to be doing.
Zephyr calls for help and then runs downstairs and runs over and joins the group. And then these guys are gonna dash and get an extra 60 feet away. And now it's Zuki's turn.
All right. Shoot. And how far away am I from? I'm really far away from Tristan. There's no way I can catch him at this point because I used a dash action on my last turn.
Yeah, you're 70 feet. You're 70 feet away from them and about 30 feet away from Tristan. So.
No, because I used my. Oh, because they used a dash. That's right. Wow, they're fast.
You'll be close to him. You'll be 10 feet away from them at the end of your turn.
Yeah. I will dash again, but that's my whole action, isn't it?
That would be your whole action unless you did
Yep.
something like a wild shape or something.
Yeah, no, I don't have one that can move faster that I know of right at this second without doing some research. So I will dash action and we'll move on to the pixies. Well, I've got to double check. I think he's only 40 feet.
So that's 80 feet to their 60.
Maybe. Yeah, I'll double check. Yeah, I guess because I can use my bonus action to. That's right, because you're right, because the tiger could dash.
Tiger is 40 feet.
Yeah. Okay. Well then, yeah, I'll bonus action change into my tiger.
And then go 80 feet.
Yes.
Okay, which puts you just past them, and that means that you would get a reaction if one of them tried to get past you.
Uh-oh.
Okay. Got
Well, are you wanting to go past them? Is that what your intention is at this point?
Or you could get right up to them, and if they wanted to try and run away, it would still be a bonus action it'd still be a reaction.
it. Yeah. So up to them, but not past them, because if I go past them, they get an attack on me.
Right.
So
Or
I
you-
don't want to go past.
You could go just past them, blocking their way, but not give them an opportunity attack.
Yeah, 'cause you're still within the 5 feet
Oh,
of-
got it. Although if I do that,
Their next thing is going to be to subdue you, most likely. Or
right? Well, and
again, this
with
is
my
where you're at.
tiger, because I've got that like running leap pummel them thing,
Right.
where I have to be running, but this is kind of the end of my turn, so I don't think I get to do that.
No.
So, yeah, no, I'll run, and I won't block. I'll run behind and
Okay.
wait for the attack of opportunity without being in front of them.
Sounds good. All right, so it's their turn, and they're not super excited about a tiger being on their tail, so to speak. And so I think they are going to keep running, which means you will get an opportunity attack. You can do a bite or a claw.
Okay, I am going to do my. Where is that? There it is. Okay, it doesn't really. No, I'm gonna do a claw attack.
You know what? Since you just ran 80 feet, I'm going to even say you could do a pounce if you wanted.
I can do my pounce.
Well, you
Yay.
you just ran 80 feet, right?
Awesome. Yes.
The fact that it wasn't on
Yes,
this.
if the attacker moves at least 20 feet straight towards the creature, yes.
I
And
mean,
hits it with a claw attack. On the same turn, that target must succeed on a DC 14 strength saving throw or be knocked prone.
Yeah, there you go.
yep. Well, so we're going to say that.
Okay. So my claw attack is a +6 to hit, so that's a 17 to hit.
That hits.
It's 2d6 plus 5, so the damage on that is 15.
Yep.
And then they have to make their DC 14 strength saving throw or they're knocked prone.
That is not a 14.
Yay. Okay, so now I can make one bite attack as a bonus action. So that is a 10 plus 6, that's a 16.
That hits.
That's actually an advantage.
It's an advantage?
Yeah. So if you want to roll again, because he's prone,
Oh.
just in case you.
Oh, just in case I got 20.
Crit vision.
Yeah.
Nope,
Nope,
we're not
I
going
did
to
not.
take that one.
Okay, it's 1d10 plus 5.
10?
10 plus 5, that's 15 damage.
And he is out.
All right.
As the others make their 60 feet scamper down the sewer.
Are pixies up or did we skip them?
No, you're at the beginning of initiative right now, so it's going to go
Got
you,
it. Okay, they're
Zephyr, Tristan, Nick.
Got it. Them and then me. Got it.
Right. So technically they haven't got. So Zephyr.
Didn't they just go to like dash faster to keep running?
Yeah. So technically that shouldn't have happened yet, but
Yeah.
Okay,
Okay.
got it.
Well, no, didn't they cast the sparkly stuff in the sewer? That was their action for the
No,
last
they.
one, wasn't it?
But this is the next round, so
Yeah.
they shouldn't have kept running. But it's just a little out of order.
Got
yeah.
it.
So Zeph, it's actually your turn.
Actually, is it? So that was your turn
was
of
my
this
turn.
this turn.
Yeah.
I'm actually checking Tristan right now.
That was not my turn, actually. That was my reaction.
So she hasn't had an actual turn.
Oh, that's right. That was so. It is actually the pixie's turn because that was your
So
reaction.
it is
You're right.
now.
Yeah. So now it is the pixie's turn. Sorry, that was your reaction.
Got it. Okay. So, let's see if. Ooh. No, actually. Okay, a School of Enchantment spell that's not a charm, right?
No.
The charm's
Okay.
not the issue.
Charms are enchantments, but not all enchantments are charms.
Because there's verbal components.
They cannot. I don't know if they have to be able to hear in order for that.
Oh, I don't think so, because I just have to be able to speak it. So,
Because command and suggestion, both they have to be able to hear.
they're gonna cast confusion on those 3 remaining guys running away.
Confusion, huh?
Yes. Each creature in a 10-foot radius sphere centered on a point you choose within range must succeed on a wisdom saving throw when you cast the spell or be affected by it. An affected target cannot take reactions and must roll a d10 at the start of each of its turns to determine its behavior for that turn. It's 90-foot range.
Yep. It doesn't say anything about listening. It just says a target within range.
Yes, and it lasts for 1 minute.
Okay. So each one is going to try, so one at a time kind of a thing?
Yes.
All right, so the first pixie casts, and the save is 12 again?
Wisdom.
Right. So we have one failure,
Okay.
and then so the second pixie casts.
Next guy.
We have another failure.
Next guy.
He still succeeds,
Okay.
and then he
3 more.
fails. So
Okay.
it took 4 confusions, and now all of them have failed.
Okay.
No.
So the d10s on that first guy. Do you roll or do I roll?
You roll. It's your spell. Have
Okay.
fun.
So 6. That one is not going to move or take actions.
All right, so he's just going to stay still there.
Second guy, he can act and move normally. Third guy, he's going to use his action to make a melee attack against a randomly determined creature within his reach. So one of the other guys.
Right?
So he's going to attack one of his friends.
Probably the guy that decided not to move, I would imagine.
Jerry, I think I just fought off the confusion. Oh no, Jerry, no!
Nat 20.
Oh!
And since he doesn't have many hand-to-hand weapons, so he's going to use the same syringe he used on Tristan. Oh no, guy who didn't move failed his save. Oh no. Guy who elected not to move is now paralyzed. So he's not confused anymore, or rather he is, but he is not able to.
He's confused.
Well, he cares, he just can't do anything about it. So he's freaking out inside, but his body is powerless to do anything about it. So
Well, and why not those last 2 fairies that didn't do anything yet? They might as well cast polymorph
on the guy who was allowed to move normally,
the guy who was allowed to move normally.
and
Why not?
he failed one of his 2 saves.
Nailed it.
Snailed it. So one of them is paralyzed because he didn't move. The other one is a snail, and the third one paralyzed his friend and is still there.
Cool.
And the fourth one is mauled and bleeding. Got it. Okay.
I think they've done enough for this turn.
And so now it's Zuki's actual turn. That was all just the pixies. So now Zuki, you
Tristan,
get.
why did we even bother?
Hang on, I don't want to backseat drive here. Dookie wild shaped,
Yeah.
and then ran forward, and then he granted you that move. So your move was wild shaping into the tiger form,
That was my bonus action.
And
running
then,
forward.
and then her reaction was the attack of opportunity.
So she didn't have a bonus action.
Before those guys all went.
They tried to run, so she got the reaction to
So she got
maul
the
that guy.
reaction.
Yes.
Got it. The pounce was not the action. You
No.
The
granted
pounce
it.
was the reaction.
All right, so you got to move.
So now it's her turn. So she's got a bleeding guy laying on the ground in front of her. She's got a paralyzed guy standing there, a snail, and a guy holding a syringe into his friend's neck, looking really confused.
Okay, the guy holding the syringe into it. No, sorry. The guy who did not get affected by the spells. The guy who's still kind of in a good state. How far away?
The one with the syringe in his neck? Is that the guy you're speaking
Oh, that's
of?
right. Yeah. No. Okay. So the guy I'm attacking. How bad does he look?
He's gone.
He's gone.
So the one that you opportunity attacked is lying bleeding on the ground.
Well, I'm hoping somebody else will stabilize him so he can talk.
The
Who was
the one that was confused.
Standing with a syringe that he just stuck his guy.
Yeah.
The one that was confused stuck his friend in the neck. The one that decided not to move is now paralyzed, and the one that was okay got turned into a snail.
Oh, got it. Okay. So I guess I'm gonna walk over and grab the snail.
You're gonna not wild shape
Well,
anymore.
Oh,
Well,
that's
the
right.
thing
I'm
is,
still a
you've
tiger.
got still standing there that he just syringed his buddy.
The syringed one still has the potential to be able to act
I'll
on his
take
own.
out I'll go take out the syringed one. I'm
I
gonna
just
run.
She's so like,
I'm gonna towards him. How far away is he?
He's 30 feet.
Not that far. 30 feet. Okay. So I'm gonna do another pounce.
Okay.
If he's 30 feet, I can do it a 20-foot pounce.
Okay.
I'm going to run after him.
And do your claw attack.
Pounce. 15, 21 to hit.
Yep, you hit him with the claw.
That is 9 plus 5, 14 points of damage.
And now you get a bite.
Well, he needs to make
well,
a
he has
strength
to make
save.
Oh, he has to make a strength
DC 14
save. That's right.
strength save or be knocked prone.
Okay. Oh, that's a 2 on the die. I do not believe he has plus 12, so let's say he's prone as well.
So then he will get bit. That is 19 plus 6, 25 to hit.
Yeah, he'll get bit. And you have advantage on that because he's prone.
Oh yeah.
Oh, well, no.
No,
Okay.
we'll keep that one.
We'll keep that. And then that's a 9
Wow.
plus 5. That's a 14 points of damage.
Maxing his dice.
And he is unconscious as well.
Can any of us play D&D tonight?
What were we going to call this episode?
Zuki does everything, and we sit.
Zuki goes wild.
Zuki goes wild.
Tiger, burning bright, something like that.
All right. That was 14 points.
No, it was 28 points.
Well, yeah, total.
Right, and he's totaled. So I guess that's Zuki's turn.
Oh, she still has a bonus action.
No, I'm good.
No, I think the bonus action was the bite.
Ah, yes, that's right.
Long tiger tongue.
Yeah.
All right, so Zephyr, it's your turn.
I'm actually checking on Tristan at the moment.
He is breathing but paralyzed.
Do I see a needle in him or anything of that nature? Clear any needles that I might find?
No, but you see like a puncture mark at his neck.
Okay. I'm going to go ahead and situate and make sure that he's not going to end up face down on the water anywhere.
Okay.
I've got nothing I can help him with. I check down the sewer lines and see Zuki licking her claws. And
yeah, you look down the sewer and you see blood spraying in every direction and this tiger's head just flicking every which way. And then you see her just sit back on her haunches and start licking her claws.
do I see Nick at all?
Nick is right there with you.
Hey, Nick, what can you do for this guy?
And Nick, it's
Go
your
help
turn,
him.
so you can show him what you can do.
Yeah, so I'm gonna cast Lesser Restoration on it.
Hey, and all of a sudden,
Stop it, please.
hey, all of a sudden you can move again.
Hey, how great! Yay!
Hey, howdy, hi.
Any damage? He didn't take any damage or anything like that.
No, I don't think he took any damage. The minute he gets up, I'm guessing that enough time has passed that the haste is gone at this point.
Yeah.
And that he just sort of hits his knees once he gets back up as the wave of lethargy sort of washes over him.
Yep.
Well, okay, so it's just one thing that gets removed, just one condition. Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
Zuki, what do you?
Zuki had to excuse herself for a second.
She just dropped the mic and left, I guess.
Jesus.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
she did all the work. So basically, she's like, "Well, these guys can handle it from here."
And I think we're in a cleanup stage. We're gonna.
I believe
gonna-
I believe we're out of initiative at this point. Yes.
Can we stabilize these guys, or have we lost any of them?
No, I mean, at most they will have made one death save because it's only been one combat round.
Okay.
So you can race over there and either cast a spell or make a medicine check.
I'm gonna do a medicine check. At 6 plus 4, that would be a 10.
Okay. There's these wounds are very extensive, and that's not going to get him stabilized, unfortunately.
Okay. Seeing the blood is still flowing and everything, I'll go ahead and do a first level healing word.
Okay.
And I'm going to do it to the minimum that I can do it at. But I can't really control that, can I?
No, you would. It's first level, so you would just roll a die.
Yeah. 3, that's going to be 8 points.
All right. So he's up to 8, and he starts stirring. He's no longer confused.
And I've got my foot on his chest with the blade at his throat. So if he wants to move, he can do what he wants at the moment. But that's where I'm currently standing.
All right. What about the other one that's bleeding?
And I've only got one hand.
Trish.
I'll spare the dying on all of them.
Oh, okay. Well, that would help.
Stabilize all.
Well, only one of them needs it at this point because the other one is paralyzed and the third one is a slug.
Okay.
4th.
Or 4th, however you want to count them off. All right, so you have 4 incapacitated foes at this point. What would you like to do?
Well, I'm going to pick up the snail.
Okay, you're dropping out of wild shape and picking up your snail?
I'm dropping out of wild shape to pick up the snail.
Okay.
I guess we start. I think Tristan would start dragging them to the surface.
Okay.
Back up the sewer ladder and working on getting them out into the light of day.
I'm actually kind of cursing a little bit because of my clothes. Just, this is the suit that Reggie gave him, man. He's not pleased at the moment.
Oh my gosh, I can cast mending on it.
Well, so can I, but
Relax.
still, it's the whole principle of the thing. Thank you very much.
You're really cranky at your clothes right now.
And as you all finish climbing out of the sewer, it takes you about 10 minutes to drag the bodies out and drag them up the ladder. I mean, except for Zuki, it's like she's just got a little snail. So she just kind of climbs up the ladder.
Portable bad guy.
Are the pixies still with you?
Yeah, they're flying around, sure.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean,
do we all see the pixies?
Yeah.
All right.
I don't see why you wouldn't.
Yeah.
Don't they have just that innate ability?
Possibly.
But I don't know if you would have them do that.
I mean, they're not being seen by anything. Yeah, they can turn invisible at any point.
And that's just in that will thing.
Yeah.
Does Zuki have them turn invisible before you guys surface? Or is it?
Oh yeah, we don't know who's going to be out there, so yeah, they're going to be invisible.
And as you get up,
because we know that Reggie got called, so there's going to be other people who may be there.
As you get up there, there's a Ben tactical squad with Reggie up there, and you climb out with the bodies, and Reg is on scene, looking very harried and worried.
Nick's gonna immediately hug him.
Yeah, he will return the hug. And there will be, I'm sure there will be 3 or 4 people who will rush forward as this man comes forward and tries to hug the director of the Boston director of Ben, and Reggie will put a hand up to stop them, and they will stop, and he will return the hug. You're looking much better. You look positively healthy.
I didn't get the chance at your celebration, so I kind of.
Yes, it was a stressful night. Does anyone want to tell me what exactly happened?
Thank you, Reggie, for your quick response. They were here. They started firing. We took care of the situation. We know that we're not supposed to be doing magic and such. Apologize for that. It was a situation. And we ask again that if you could clean up our mess. And
We kind of want to know why they were here too.
yeah.
They started firing.
Well, yeah. I didn't say they were the first ones, did I? I just said they started
They
firing.
shot it with a machine gun. To be fair.
All right. Yeah, I will have the crew around the truck, and we'll see if we can find any sort of way to suss out who they are.
And Red, you look at the truck and you can see the effects of various spells upon it, and it's on its side, and
Only one spell, actually.
Yeah, yeah, sure. Are there any? Is this known who these people are? Is this insignia common? Is it?
no, I mean it's a pest control truck. It was clearly camouflage. The
Cockroach insignia was the best controls.
Right.
Camouflage, though.
yes, the turret clearly gives away that it is not a pest control truck, and it seems like it has a bit of tech inside. Your guys have been going over it, and a lot of the tech inside is resistant to magic. Most of the switches and devices inside are mechanical, so as to be resistant to spell work. And reinforced so as to be resistant to force damage, and it looks like they were prepared for a magical battle.
Reggie, this is the second attack on my home in as many days.
I apologize. So
Yeah,
they just
I'm not
they
laying
pulled
blame.
up. They pulled up and they just started firing.
No, of course that's
No.
not what happened.
What happened?
The tire was blown out of their vehicle. They kept going.
I blew it out.
Wait.
They
So
were here.
a truck was here.
They were leaving.
A truck was leaving your home.
They were being really suspicious.
How were they being suspicious?
They were leaving fast and they weren't supposed to be here.
A truck pulled into your home. They were driving fast, and you shot the truck.
No, I just shot the tire to flatten the tire so we could go ask them questions, and then they started firing at us
I understand.
with like a circular machine gun thingy out of the roof. That does not go with a pest control truck
Why?
that
not,
I know of.
Why not turn into a cockroach and follow them and see who exactly was surveilling your house?
Well, I didn't think of that at the time, and I'd already blown out the tire.
I understand.
But now we can just ask them directly.
Yes.
See, this is one of them.
But to avoid any future situation, I'm the last one to ask this. But knowing it's you, we might want a truck here. There's definitely a hotbed with a lot of stuff going on here, Reggie.
Reggie will nod and wipe the sweat from his brow and say he will put it under consideration.
How things have changed. Zephyr has just asked to have his home placed under Ben's surveillance.
Yep.
Hey, Reg.
Constant Ben surveillance.
Reg, I need
Yes.
a minute when you get a second in private.
That will not be happening, but I can offer you a lower amount of people around.
No, I just need a second with you in private.
No, I understand that, but that's not how my life operates anymore. So, and I can offer you fewer people around, but I cannot offer you privacy. It is not a luxury I'm allowed anymore.
Fine.
Yeah. I think Tristan Tristan is sort of looking about for the pixies, trying to find them.
And they're gone. You don't see them.
Yeah. He will start speaking in Sylvan to the air to try to get their attention.
Zuki, are the pixies trained to not respond, or do you think that Sylvan
No,
would?
they're their own. They're allowed to respond.
Okay, so they probably talk to you.
Yeah. I think Tristan just talks to them and gets to know them a little.
Okay. Meantime, the wounded men are bound and pulled out. Director, what do you want us to do with the prisoners?
First off, we need a level 7 containment put around the truck. I need 2 or 3 of you to canvass the neighborhood and sort of explain the general sounds and bits of light and show with whatever it is, a gas leak or some such thing. Bring all of them, including the snail, back to headquarters, and we will question them and try to figure out why they are here. I want a full body scan before they are put in the truck, check for false caps on the teeth and things of that sort, and I want them stripped of any and all magical items.
As you wish, sir. And they are all taken over to one of the Ben vans and given the once over. And a couple of teams are sent around the neighborhood. What are you guys doing while that's going on?
I'm gonna thank the pixies for their help, and I'll let them go if they want to go.
They ask if they can stay and talk to Tristan for a little bit longer.
Absolutely, as long as you'd like.
And the 6 remaining pixies perch on your shoulder and head invisibly, and continue to chat with you.
Yes.
About the old world and the old ways.
Yes.
Reggie, I appreciate the quick response. And I apologize for any inconvenience that we've have caused you. I know how busy you are in your position, but knowing that you are there is a comfort.
Of course. I'm sorry. Did you turn 45 overnight? This is lovely. This is the most mature you've ever sounded without someone making a random fart noise or something along those like that. So, yes, you know that I am always here for all of you, and I don't wish to choose favorites, but you are my favorites, so I will always be here. I just ask that maybe err on the side of discretion here. It would have made more sense to. I know it's hard to believe, but to let the truck go and call me or have someone bug the truck, literally or metaphorically, like just anything along those lines, rather than causing a giant scene in the middle of the front of your home.
I understand.
All
And
right.
again, apologize for any inconvenience that this may have caused.
Oh my God, I'm not. It's going to take a while to get used to. And yes, that's fine. Let me have a word with Nicholas, and as soon as I find out anything, I will.
Sir, excuse me, sir. I'm sorry to interrupt, but
Yes.
we finished our scans. There are absolutely no magical objects on them of any sort.
Understood.
We did find false teeth, of course, and those have been removed. We found poison capsules inside.
Does this reek of Ben? Big Ben?
No, it does not reek of Big Ben. It's something different. Something
All right.
new. Something new.
Something new. All right. Yeah. Well, keep me informed, and as soon as we find out any information, we will relay that to all of you. Is there somewhere else that you can all stay tonight?
Any place safer than here, is there?
I will gesture towards the flipped over truck and gesture to the 20 or so agents on the field, and the fairy boy talking with pixies. Very
If this had happened elsewhere,
fair enough. Just, I will send over some men to at least be out front should anything happen. Nicholas, a word.
Yes. All right. So, what do you got? A couple of your agents standing next to you. What's the? Where are we at? Over by the
Yeah.
truck.
What's up?
Oh, we're over by the truck, or where you at?
Sure. Yeah. We moved a little ways off with a couple of agents, not too far away.
All right. So I'll just basically explain everything that's going on. I'll explain the situation with Tristan. I'll explain the situation with the power vacuum that you've left when you went away, and this is what happens when we don't have any leadership, those kinds of things. And then lastly, I'll finally, after all that, I'll get to the point where I'll tell him what the book did to him.
All right.
And there's nothing I can do about it. And I'm sorry.
I appreciate your apology. Thank you. I was aware that something had happened to me, and yes, thank you, Nicholas. I appreciate that.
But I can't lead these guys, and they need leadership.
Yes, no, I understand, and I want more than anything in the world to be able to stay here and be here. But my time with you all is cherished to me. It is wonderful to me. It is a time that you've brought me back from the brink. But that season of my life is over.
I'm not asking you to come back. I know that's an impossibility. What I am asking for is help.
Yes. Let me think about it. There might be something I can do. Just let me work on it and get my head around it. All right.
Oh, and do you know anything about? I'll explain the situation about the book, about me now owning the debt, and ask him if he knows of any repercussions about.
Reggie will echo that you are in uncharted territory, my friend. There are always explorers who set out into a brave new world, and you are that man. Uh, ask me why you're that man, Nicholas.
Because nobody else has done it.
Nobody else has been dumb enough to do such a thing. I think what you did was very brave. I think what you did was very noble. I think what you did was very stupid. But I am proud of you, and in being in under the right circumstances, I probably would have done the same thing. But there is no precedent set. There is no person I can call that says you went through this, right? I can try to set you up, but find someone from the courts and continue to have them monitor you. Maybe the new kid.
Yeah, I'm already working with him. He's pretty good.
He seems very handsome.
I don't know about that.
Quite talented with the guitar, magically adept. I believe he has an 8-pack. You can see it through his t-shirt. That's interesting, isn't it? I thought they only came in 6-packs.
Do I need to mention this to your husband? Is this something we need to talk about?
No.
Sure?
No.
You're good?
I can admire from.
You seem a little crushy.
No, God, no.
you can look at the
I can.
and
Yeah, I can admire from afar and just go on
Right.
to my lovely, handsome husband.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Sorry, is this your way of asking for help, Mr. Judgy McJudgeson?
Just trying to lighten it up a little.
How dare you? How dare? Yeah, welcome back. It's good to have you back. And Reggie will give him a hug and then head off amidst the cars and agents and goings on.
And in the meantime, a tent has sprung up over the truck with a little cordon around it.
Yes.
and the Ben agents have taken their leave, except for the one stationed around it.
And as soon as I get the chance, I'll go back over there and tell them exactly what I told them, so there's no secret.
And in the meantime, Tristan, give me percentile, if you please.
45.
45. You have a pleasant conversation with the pixies. They ask you things about yourself. They ask you your name, something of your background. They ask you about your guitar. Ask you about your family. What kind of things do you tell them?
Surface things. I know better. I think he would tell them about the guitar and tell them that he likes to play and that his name is Tristan and he is of the Winter Court and he is, but nothing specific as to say his full name at the same time and not mention the strings on the guitar.
Okay.
And, things of that sort.
One of them asks if you know Lord Frostbane.
Do I know Lord Frostbane?
You have heard of him in passing, but don't know a lot about him.
I share as much, but ask if they can give me any information.
The particular pixie says that she doesn't like Lord Frostbane and tries to stay out of his presence as much as possible. She's been summoned before and has had to go, but she much prefers being summoned by Zuki.
Does Zuki summon you quite a bit?
Sometimes. Whenever Zuki summons us, we go on fun adventures. When Frostbane summons us, we hurt people.
Understood. Well, I hope Zuki summons you more than Lord Frostbane in the future.
Lord Frostbane's looking for golden strings.
Is he?
Yes. I won't tell him.
Thank you.
She gives you a little kiss on the forehead and flutters away and turns into little sparkles in the daylight and dissipates.
First thing Zephyr's going to be doing is heading to the house and checking on Mom, making sure everything in the house, that there's nothing.
Everyone in the house is fine.
The ordinary.
Yeah.
He's also going to do a sweep around the yard to see if anything shows up that just looking for anything that looks out of place.
Investigation?
Zuki is happy to help with that. He's be looking for the same thing.
Okay.
How was yours?
Yeah, hopefully you'll be better than mine.
Oh, I have a +0 to investigation. So 8.
Yeah.
But you know what I'm going to do is Zephyr has cameras and things outside his house, right?
Mm-hmm.
So as we look around, I'm going to cast locate object, but on any sorts, because I can go on a type of object. So any sorts of cameras or like listening devices, like security devices.
Mm-hmm.
So I will pick up on the ones that are actually around his house, but I should pick up on any extras that they may have installed.
But when you do a locate object, you will locate the closest of that type of object.
Right, that as I walk around,
right.
Will it change to the next closest one?
Yes, it will.
Okay, so because Zephyr should be familiar with the stuff that's around his house, so that he can go, oh yeah, that should be there, wait, that should not be there.
We can also check the security.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I want to do a perimeter of the house, specifically looking for that sort of thing.
And you go around and you find the cameras you're expecting to find, and you do not find other cameras or listening devices.
Okay. All right.
Does anything show up on the security feeds?
You look at the You go and you look at the security footage, and you see the pest control guys come to the door, knock at the door, Nobody comes to the door. They wait for a minute, and then you see them walk away and go back to their truck.
Okay.
Give me a investigation.
That's a little bit better. That'll be an 18.
Yep, that's what you see.
Okay. All
Do the
right.
rest of us have access to that material, or just
I'm not hiding the security feeds. No, it'll be downside. Most of it's fed down into our stronghold there in the basement. So, and I'm not being secretive at looking at them.
Okay.
you let me take a look?
By all means. More eyes, the better.
An investigation of 23.
You see the same thing he did, but there's a slight glitch in the video as it goes from them knocking on the door and waiting, and then there's a slight glitch, and then they walk away.
Can you play it back, like kind of loop it so that it becomes more apparent? Is there a time stamp on it?
Slow it down a little bit. Do we see a skip in the timestamp?
No, the timestamp looks okay.
Just there's a segment. Can we check the front door or check around the surroundings of the door to see if they put anything there?
Sure, give me an investigation.
Oh, 25.
At 25, as you look around the front door, you find a small metallic cockroach hidden very, it's like buried under the soil in one of the plants by the door.
Can we scoop it up?
Of course you can.
In like a glass.
Sure.
Okay. And then put a like rag over the top of it. So I'm
Okay.
not touching it with my hands. No like skin contact.
Okay.
I'm gonna ask them, hey guys, do you want me to cast detect magic on it?
Or are the agents still here?
Yeah, I guess we could just bring it to Reggie and the agents.
It's probably a better idea. They probably got better resources.
That's fine with me.
You want to take it to them?
No, go ahead. You found it.
Sure.
Yeah.
I'll take it over. I'll take it over to the first agent, like whoever is rummaging around the yard.
Okay.
Tell them we found it.
While inside, I'm going to be doing quite a bit of prestidigitation, any mending that's necessary.
To fix the suit?
Just tip-top shape.
So basically you're standing in front of like a pair of mirrors so that you can see the front and the back.
Of course.
So when Zuki comes back in the house, Zephyr is admiring himself in the mirror and like casting spells on front and back and side.
If it's possible to roll her eyes harder than them, it would probably be painful.
So Tristan, you come in and you see Zuki rolling her eyes at Zephyr.
Oh no, what did Zephyr do?
He fixed his suit. I know, it's complicated.
Oh. Zephyr, do not fix your suit.
You know, I'm used to the rolls.
And Nick, you give it over. You give the metal cockroach over to the agent, who pulls a special box out, flips it open, tips the mechanism in, and seals it. And writes.
Does Reggie see this?
Yes.
How much do I bloody pay you that two teenagers and this man are doing your work for you? Your job is to sweep this, and he'll just take them and be slapping them as they walk away that they missed this.
And they're like, "Sorry, sir. Sorry. It would. This man found it."
Yes, well, good. Well, maybe I should be paying this man.
And they tag and label the evidence and put it in the truck, and all of Ben, with the exception of the three guarding the truck, head on their way, leaving Nick, Zephyr, Zuki, and Tristan in the house.
Does this happen every day?
It seems to be since you've arrived, Tristan.
No.
Oh. All right. Well, at least it keeps things exciting, right?
Yeah. How are you doing, Tristan? You looked pretty out of it there for a while.
I'm angry with myself. I thought I've handled attackers like that before, and I didn't like being poisoned.
You handled yourself admirably.
Not admirably enough to get out of the way.
You didn't handle yourself zookily. That's not what I said.
What's that supposed to
Oh
mean?
my gosh, what are you talking about? You took out every single. I mean, we're sitting there because we're sitting there picking our nose. How are you doing, Tristan?
Okay, I'm just so used to you guys giving me a hard time about the choices I made that I didn't even realize you were complimenting me. Okay, thanks, I guess. I'm just not used to being complimented for my choices, okay?
I glance at Tristan and just kind of roll my eyes.
Oh, when he does, I'll go, whoa!
And that's where we're going to end tonight's episode. All right. Thank you all for tuning in tonight for Zuki Destroys Everything. Or not everything, just the bad guys. It was seriously an old-fashioned ass-kicking. I've never seen anything quite like it. I really thought that when they dropped that cylinder down, they were going to get away. I was quite pleased with their clever plan, and now they did not. So I guess the good guys will get some information out of this, and I'll have to share things with them that I hadn't planned on sharing. Oh well, such is life. So tune in next time where they find out some of why people keep showing up at the house trying to kill them. And maybe the gang puts other plans into motion. After all, Zuki wants to meet with Mikey B, which is bound to cause more trouble for me. And who knows what other mischief they'll get up to, but I'm sure it's going to be amazing. I wish it was Wednesday already, but, we have to do things like fly and sleep and get over jet lag first. So hang on for the week and tune in next Wednesday for more Wicked. Thank you all for tuning in. I want to thank my players, Big Mike, Scribe, Indigo Chameleon, and Wolfgarin, and to tell you all, I hope you enjoyed listening to our story as much as we enjoyed telling it. Have a good night and an even better tomorrow, and we will see you next time on The Plastered Dragon. I was waiting for it. No?
I saw him getting his phone ready.
I know. I was waiting to hit.
Did you hear it?
Wow.
No, we didn't hear.
Wow.
Have a safe flight. We will see you all soon.
Bye.